Hey guys, welcome to the DIY Guy. Today's video is how to upgrade your bench top with T-Track and these accessories. I'm going to show you how I built it, and I'll leave links in the description below for the products you see here. If you find this video helpful, entertaining, or even both, please hit the like and subscribe button so that I can reach more viewers and you can get more videos. Again guys, thanks so much for watching. The project today is to put a new top on my rolling workbench. I made this bench when I still make concrete countertops and vanity tops, and you need something very sturdy and durable and something you can roll. Anyway, shout out to DIY Pete. I made this workbench from plans I found on his YouTube channel. And it is a nice sturdy bench. I love it. But I want to put T-Track into the top of it so I can use this as an assembly table. And I've got this, you can buy sections of this. This is made by PowerTech. Rockler has it as well, and some other places. PowerTech, this is nice aluminum. You can cut it with your table saw. And it comes with intersect kits, where they'll intersect. PowerTech also makes them, but anyway, you can you see that? You can't. Okay. But anyway, these intersect kits, I'll be putting them in. You'll see it when I get started here. So, I'm going to screw this down. This sheet of MDF is a 4x8 sheet, but it measures 49 inches wide by 97 inches long. This whirling workbench that I made is 48 inches wide by 90 inches long. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to screw this down, flush it up with one side and one end, and then I will flush cut this to fit this. After I've done that, I'm going to put some poplar trim along the edge. So you got 3/4 inch MDF and 3/4 inch plywood. And I'm going to put an edge on that. After that, I'm going to protect this MDF. It's good, durable work surface, but it acts like a sponge too. So I'm going to put some shellac on it to prevent it from absorbing any moisture or any spills I might get on it. So, okay, after I've done that, I don't know. I may cut my grooves, then shellac that, put the track in. We'll see. Let's get started. Before I screw the MDF down, I want to make sure I didn't hit these screws along the edges here. So I marked where they would be with blue painter's tape. Did that all around the table. So I'm ready now to position this. Like I said, I'm going to do it flush on two sides, and then I'll just trim the rest of it off. Flush trim the rest of it off. Okay, I also want to mention, besides marking where the screws are already in your bench top, before you screw this down, I'm only going to put a few screws in it to hold it down while I cut it to fit. But you should draw out a little map. Here's the top of my table. I've drawn it out, and I've measured where I want my outer track to go. I've come in about 6 3/4 inches, and on all the outer T-track, and then down the middle I'm putting one too. But you'll want to know what those measurements are so that you're not putting screws in there. But like I said, I'm just going to probably put a screw on each corner where it won't be in the way of anything. And then I'm going to go ahead and cut this top flush with the table top. And then I'm going to be using, since we're going through 3/4 inch material into 3/4 inch, that's 1.5 inches, I'm using 1 1/4 inch screw. Might mention you also have to countersink these holes. I'm just putting a hole in each corner to hold this down until I cut it flush with the table. Another thing you ought to do, since you have plenty of it to work with, if your table's like mine, is leave yourself a little extra, because then you can just run a flush trim bit along the edge of it and have a perfect match for your poplar trim that goes around it, and it'll fit nicely. I'm going to use my Craig rip cut. I have an inch to do on this side to cut off. They don't recommend using this on anything smaller than that, though, I will tell you. But anyway, it comes with its own sled, and once you've set it up, you're good to go. You slip it in there, tighten it down, and they're great little tools. And if you're interested in learning how to set it up, assemble it, and all that, I've got a video on the Craig Rip Cut and the Craig AccuCut. Beautiful. Whew. Yes, I need a dust collection system. Okay. All right, I'm using my router here. I've got a flush trim bit that will cover this 3/4 inch. I've got it so it just covers it. And I'm going to run this around the table here and trim everything nice and flush with the table below. Okay, I'm using this poplar board here. I'm going to cut strips 1.5 inches wide to put an edge around my bench over here. Okay, I want to be able to take this top off sometimes, so I'm going to try to keep the glue off of the top of the bench here. I just want to glue this on, then I'll brad nail it. So I'm going to put a little bead of glue right along here. It isn't a big deal if I do get a little glue on it, but it might make it harder to get the top off. If I ever have to take it off. Hopefully I never have to take it off. But never hurts to plan ahead. So I'm going to smooth that out a little bit. You have to put these on before you cut your grooves because you're going to be cutting for your track. It'll go through this trim. So anyway, I'm using a brad nailer with 2-inch nails. Should be plenty. Tad bit high, but I can fix it. I can file it down if I have to, sand it down, whatever. But anyway, put a nail in both ends. All right. As you can see, I'm putting this just in the upper board. Okay, my T-track is 3/4 inch wide and 3/8 of an inch in height. So I need to route a groove in here 3/4 inch wide and 3/8 or just a hair more than 3/8 inch deep. So I've got the bit in here, and this is showing where it's at right now would be cutting just a little bit deeper, which is what I think I want to do. But now I've got to figure out where the center of this is, of the bit is, because I want to, or the edge of it, whatever, I want to follow. I've penciled in where I need to go. We're going to figure out where I have to put my guide to be able to follow this. Okay, I determined what distance my guide needs to be. I'm going to mark 2 7/8 away from this line. We'll do it down here on the end. Here we go. Go ahead and draw a line. All right, the edge of my straight edge has got to follow that line. When you route, you want to run the router like I'm routing this groove here. This is just a guide, but I want to be pushing into this board. So I'm going to route in this direction, which, according to the piece, is a counterclockwise direction. Anyway, here goes. I've set the depth to just over 3/8 of an inch deep. That's what my track is. And that track, this is the groove we're routing, but this is going to serve as a stop for a guide for my router. So Ear protection, eye protection. Let's go. These are 1¼ inch screws. Remember, I'm screwing this 3/4 inch MDF onto the existing 3/4 inch plywood. So I didn't glue this down. I just screwed it 8 inches all along the edge. I have went ahead and kind of just used a sander to round the edges here and here of the poplar trim, and I used a 120 on that and the top, just enough to get rid of my pencil marks. Tomorrow I will sweep it down good, blow it off good, get rid of the dust, and put a coat of shellac. Zinsser's Bullseye Shellac Clear, and this will be applied with that's a decent brush. Just read the directions on the can, and I will get at least one coat on there tomorrow. Here's the new tabletop or bench top. I want to take a 220 grit sander and just probably lightly hit that a little bit. I don't like that. Seeing big the glare there. So yeah, I'm just going to hit this a little bit with 220 sandpaper and See how it comes out? Okay, here's my finished table track that I've incorporated the T-track into, and I couldn't be happier with it. These are a few of the accessories you can get. Rockler also makes these clamps here. They're very nice to clamp something down. You can, like I say, adjust the position, the orientation. You just loosen this and slide it wherever you want. It'll hold down anything thickness paper. This is about an inch thick, up to a 2x4. What you do is there's a little screw in here you can set to decrease or increase the tension just by turning it clockwise or counterclockwise. I believe it'll hold it this way too. I'm sure it will. You just, oh, wait a minute. Yeah, you can adjust the length of this here. I got my hand full here, but you could adjust the length of that. Well, here we go. That would need to be adjusted slightly. So you just take a screwdriver right in here and you turn it clockwise to decrease the pressure. There. And that holds that in place. Of course, you've got these kind of clamps as well. Use your bench cookies on it. The bench cookies also come with risers that you screw into here. It's got a T-bolt in the end of it so that you can set these up off the surface in your T-track, so that if you want to set your board or material on here, you could use a jigsaw, for instance, or circular saw to cut it without cutting into your surface. Also has these stops that, of course, you can slide back and forth, tighten down, and then is a nice stop for your workpiece. Anyway, just a few of the things. I'm going to enjoy this. I'm going to build some of these high back swivel Adirondack chairs next on video. So stay tuned.